they could be lying right to your face, like when it comes to money, when it comes to salary, the recruiter is your adversary. In some respects, the recruiter is your ally because their job is to find a qualified person and find winners that get hired. And you're a contender and they want you to be a winner and they're pushing for that, right? So in some respects, they are your ally that you're working with. But in other respects, they're your adversary. And nowhere is that clearer than on the salary issue. It's a win-lose. For them to pay you more money, they lose, right? You see, the thing is, it's not that hard to find a qualified person when you can offer them $100 million to do the job, right? You'll be able to find someone, and they'll be a good candidate that works out. I can pretty much guarantee you that, if you're paying them $100 million. The real challenge for a recruiter is to find someone who's a good candidate who works out, but you don't have to pay the earth and the sky to get them. So that's the trick. With recruiters, they have polar opposite incentives than you. They want to get you for as low as you would possibly accept. You want to get the job for as much as they'll possibly pay, right? It's polar opposite incentives. So when you ask them, what's the range? And they say this, there's a lot of incentives for them to lie. That's the problem. Now, sometimes they don't. I would say maybe even half the time they don't across the board, but sometimes they do. So just be careful. As long as you pass this question, so if they told you a range and you said, okay, well, within that range is fine, and they said, okay, and then you pass the question, then that's all we need right now. Just beware if you get to the offer stage, you're getting your information from them, and they have a vested interest in making you think that they can't pay very much. You should be very lucky to get this low amount of money. Everybody else gets paid this little amount of money too. Like, they have a vested interest in managing your expectations and your understanding of this issue. Just be aware of that. Always corroborate as best you can whatever they tell you. Yeah, you can negotiate anything, but the thing is, the only time where it's possible to negotiate is when they've given you an offer. If you try to negotiate while they're still interviewing and considering other people, you lose because, they're talking to 6 people. One of them says, I'm going to need this very high amount of money or I walk. And they'll say, like, okay, walk. I've got 5 other people I got to talk to. And I got to eliminate 5 of the 6 people anyway. You're kind of eliminating yourself by playing hardball with me. So fine. That makes my job easier. That's the reason I'm eliminating you. Now I've only got 4 more people to eliminate, You can only negotiate when they've made up their mind on you. And the whole process is now over on their end. They've put work into you. They've drafted up a custom contract for you. They've done background checks on you, everything checked out. They've discussed it internally, and they've got their heart set on you. And in their mind, it's all signed, sealed, and delivered. It's just a formality. You sign the employment agreement, and then away we go, right? But that's the point where you could say, well, I need this, and I need this, and I need this. And if you just say yes to those things, then I'll sign it, and then we can proceed. Right? Then you actually have some power, because it's painful if the process then stops and they have to go back and start making offers to other people, like maybe the runner-up or something. Okay, so yes, you can negotiate in general. Just keep in mind that with all negotiation comes risk. Okay, there's always a chance that if they send you an offer and you say, well, I'll tell you what, you make this change and then I'll sign. And they say, no, sorry, we don't do it that way. So your offer has been rescinded. It's been withdrawn. And we're going to extend that offer to somebody else now. Okay? Because we're not going to play this game with you. There's always a chance they can do that. So just be aware of that. Now, it's a small chance in most cases, but it's a real chance. So don't do it if you're absolutely desperate. You need this and there's no plan B. Okay? That's what I'd recommend.